Nowhere else in the entire scroll of Torah will we find this situation. In chapter 28, when we are referring again, not the first time, to the many curses, and we've already explained that on many occasions. It is not that God curses us if we don't listen to His words, if we don't listen to His commandments, but rather it is the idea of you put your finger in a socket, the inevitable result will be shock. If you conform to the laws and principles of this universe, then you'll have blessing, because you haven't violated any of the established laws and principles. And so in this chapter 28, in which the so-called curses are mentioned, all of the different diseases and all of the different illnesses that will come upon the people if they do not observe, we have there a verse that says, Yaka Adonai Bishkin Mitzrayim Uva Polim. There's a word written, Uva Polim. Uva Polim. Listen carefully to what is written. Uva Polim. And what did Moses tell us to do when we come to this specially peculiar word? Not to read it as it is written, Uva Polim, but rather to substitute another word, Uvat Chorim. A word that, trust me, I don't care how good your hearing is or how poor it is, but frankly, they are both with different letters. And so we have here a word, Uva Polim, that should not be read, Uva Polim, as we read throughout the entire Torah. We read the words that are written. Here, no, we are instructed, or the reader, in fact, is instructed. And I must tell you, I never knew, listening to the Torah throughout my life until Kabbalah, that there was another word in the Torah that was not Uvat Chorim, because all I would hear is Uvat Chorim. I had no idea, as I'm sure 99% of the people who still come to listen to the reading of Torah on Shabbat in the morning and won't even know, unless it's brought to their attention, that when they hear the word Uvat Chorim, in fact, that is not the word that is written. For that written word is Uva Polim. And then, if that's not enough, just in case we might think, well, maybe Moses made a mistake. Maybe indeed he wrote the wrong word. He should have written Uvat Chorim. But once it was written that way, if you're a traditionalist, you say, well, once it was written that way, you can't change it, even though the proper word should have been Uvat Chorim. Several verses that follow, it says again, V'ish acher yishgalena, that is the written word. But no, don't read the word yishgalena, which is written, but rather yishkavena. Read a word that is entirely different. Like, you can't make any mistakes about whether they are similar or different. It just isn't the same word. And of course, we have the same question here. Moses, if you really wanted us to read the word that you're now saying is the proper word to read, then why in heavens did you write another word? And there must be a purpose. And that purpose is directly connected to the month of Elul Virgo. Because as we have learned in the month of Elul, that this is a month that we can literally go back in time. And so here, Moses specifically placed a word and said that when you read this new word, Uvat Horim, you have the power, the ability. It wasn't concerning these two words, but you have the ability, the power, through reading of Parshat Tavo and Virgo and Rosh Hashanah, all of these events that are there to bring us and take us out of a world of chaos into a world of structure, a world of contentment, a world that knows of no pain and suffering. That here, you take a physical word, uvapolim, and if you understand the power of mind over matter, then when you read that word, uvapolim, when you hear it read, where Torah is read on Shabbat, concentrate, meditate, that you have the ability to have dominion over the physical, material world by virtue of that rule, mind over matter.